I suppose we need to go to the mail room to figure out what kind of mail the Thought Bureau has sent us, but I also didn't read this the last time. It looks like it's about some sort of product, but yeah, the words are a little bit too close to together to read properly, and it is pretty surprising that they even included that detail, but unless we get a flashlight and some sort of like glasses, we can't exactly read it. But also, that's a pretty interesting technology, liquid battery and stuff, but I guess we are gonna be able to get up there at some point, hopefully. And yeah, let's see. Let's go to the main room. We saw this when we were trying to come in this room. Leviathan Winston Research Institute, which is this place. The past never has been altered. We know everything. I guess that is one of the way you brainwash the entire generation. You change the past. Maybe the war really did not happen. Is there anything of detail? We have the drawings with defined code names. For some reason, clothing is in the. I'm not sure if that's the appropriate place, but we also have the keys, but we can't take it. I mean, there are more keys, but that one is like extra shining, if you know what I mean. We can also. So okay, so this is actually it says. Let me read it properly. You can also push it, which is cool. It doesn't have any wording. Let me read this first. Um,
Clerical office is a mess.
I didn't read that.
Finance for money to cover the repairs.
Thank you, but let me quickly read this. Dear Mr. Smith, according to the telescreen records from the main room, you recently approached the large-scale pneumatic device. I think it's one of those technologies where you can like send objects and mails in like great distance from like with like compressed air and stuff. I think banks still use it. As your social level is only E, this is a major violation of the company's latest regulation. You claim that you were retrieving a transfer capsule that fell as a result of a mistake. However, a competent employee would not have made such a mistake in the first place. Tolerance of such behavior would pose a great risk to the company. You will therefore be transferred from your current position, incur a penalty of 30 social credits, and be permanently disqualified from social level promotion. Interesting. So, Mr. Smiths. I'll try to remember that name. It's a pretty unique name, so it shouldn't be hard, but also like the text here is defined and the text you see inside, so that's a little bit confusing. Like they decided to not include the latter part of this text. Remember that your duties in your new post V0 pipeline maintenance are unless I can scroll. Okay. I forgot that I could scroll. That was the issue. Remember that your duties in your I hope I didn't miss anything beforehand. In like other notes I found. Duties in your new post V0 pipeline maintenance are still of vital importance to us. Be sure to learn from your mistake and work hard. The company is above all else, and the name of the I wonder what the Winston came from. Like, is it from this guy? I mean, it looks like this is the guy that runs this place. I mean, actually, I mean the fact that he can't even come in this room means. I mean, maybe at least he runs this specific facility. Like, but again, maybe we're gonna find out later. I mean, he did talk about like he need to spend money to like repair stuff, so that means he's clearly in a position of power. More redirected tape. Let me go to the main room. Pretty dark here. Um, I hear a very low frequency noise. However, I close it like that. I mean, you know, just in case. I mean, this isn't exactly a horror game, so you don't have to be scared of anything chasing us, right? Well, it's a horror game in a way, but in a different way. Level C only. I'm not sure. Wait a minute. Did I miss this? Daniel McGovern. So I guess we can check for if there is anything behind any items. Just to remember. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That will like make us only 12 years old, and I don't think we are only 12 years old, like judging from our looks and stuff. Unless they figured out a way to like make it so like adolescence is like extremely fast. We are a Rome agent, we are social level C. Still don't know if that is like lower than B or above B, but workplace Leviathan Thought Bureau. Yep. Also our so we can technically view this. I mean, as long as nobody is watching us, and I mean, there is no camera here. I mean, serve Leviathan, serve oneself. Yeah, but it doesn't look like we can interact with this, sadly. Yep, just like I was saying, like it uses AR to like deliver those capsules around. I mean, I don't know too much about this technology. Like, I played a game where this was like implemented, like the pneumatic device thing, but it wasn't like core part of the game or anything. It was like just story part of the game. Um, level C only. I guess that's the one we are searching for, or you want me to sit down and read it?
I'm actually someone pretty important. I might even know who to do it.
Okay, man. Well, okay. So I guess being level B is over level C. I mean that makes more sense. Why would you like reverse it? Like, you get me? So yeah. Interesting. Why am I trying to? I guess this is how. Okay, I needed to use my mouse, but let's see. How am I supposed to open this? I see. There is a like. Okay, I guess we can open this right here. There we go. Interesting. We saw this guy in the main menu. Receipt ID 8490. Isn't that us? I guess it's like the mission is like directed towards us. A thief accident occurred in at the Winston Research Institute. A suspect is seen Mendes, a clerk from the institute. An unusual incident has occurred at the clerical office, which is the primary site of the interest for the theft, and Rome agents had to intervene. Your mission is to search for evidence of theft at the suspect's workplace, the clerical office, and promptly upload the evidence. As a Rome agent, please also investigate the unusual incident in the clerical office. Note: telescreens at the investigation sites are now accessible. Please make good use. So it looks like many things has happened. Like, first of all, we have this guy who has stolen some sort of material from this institute, and some sort of unusual incident also occurred in the clerical office, which might not be related, but the person who made this description briefing of this mission thinks it is related, but it could be a completely different thing. And it also, so it's basically like two missions, and let's accept that. I guess it goes in our inventory. um let's give me that back. It also looks like it has a LED in that. So
It looks like an ordinary theft, but I mustn't take it lightly. I'll check out Sean's workplace first.
that is what they told me. So
Perhaps I should take a look at the telescreen.
I'm guessing this is like some sort of injected like CCTV camera question mark. Employee disobedience behavior. um there is only one. 76, huh? Wait a minute. No, no, no. I thought. Did I did do my maths wrong? I did my math wrong. Right, right. I accidentally thought about like 1966 or 68, but it's actually 1976. So that would make us over 20 years old, like 21 or something. So I guess we are it. Our age makes sense with everything. I don't know why I forgot the year, but now I corrected it. Um, so what am I trying to look at? Like, I mean, we see the guy where the television person. Is that supposed to be Sean or like? Actually, that's Joshua. Joshua Smith, the person who got demoted because he went in this place, but nothing of interest seems to be. I don't see anything of interest here, so I guess
Nothing
I'll
of
put
note
that
here.
where. I mean, someone else has already handled that, so none of my business. I'm guessing we are gonna have a telescreen in that guy's office, which will possibly talk about the disobedience he did.
Mr. Abbott? Perhaps he went home.
That's a pretty
Good
cool
timing to
concept,
take a
by the
look
way.
upstairs.
Yeah, yeah, I'll get onto that, but you can't move while you are trying to move this. I kind of like that. Like, I mean, it could have been a little bit more dynamic, but you know, it's interesting. You know, we are lucky they haven't even tried to like put any brain chips in us that are. I mean, they don't have the technology, but when they do, they are gonna, basically. Well, at that point, we are cooked. Liquid battery. Let's read about it. Let's read about it. A highly efficient power source produced using state-of-the-art technology. Its battery efficiency is capable of providing daily power supply for an entire building. That's interesting, I suppose, for like for this year to have a technology like this. The proper, I mean, a lot of things are like defined and our timeline, but I mean, again, we don't even know if this is uh, like similar to like my universe or like as the player or a completely defined one. Why did the music start to hit like that, bro? Calm down. The liquid technology allows for annual replacement, restricted to usage by B class citizens only, so we can't use it. So it can run for the entire year. Is it like a? I mean, if it's like a nuclear power, like a mini nuclear power plant, then it makes sense. But a battery holding that much energy isn't like you know we don't have that technology. Mind reading hell. Okay, I guess they do have certain technologies like that, like to do it like mind control stuff. Can I read that? Selecting exceptional talent to enter the suspect's brain and observe their memories. The mind control helmet has achieved 100% success rate in solving multiple heinous crime. Moreover, it passes no physical side effects on the suspects, which I doubt. Uh, to traditional memories of physical integration, our company prioritizes care for human well-being. Oh, come on, don't make me laugh. Something I don't know here, but something I want to talk about. Why am I hearing whispers? Like seriously, what's going on with this place? Is that following me or like? Can you calm down? Memory extraction device. Okay, I guess I was wrong with my theory that there wasn't any sort of technology to like, go in our brain or like. I mean, I specifically mentioned brain chips, but I was talking about that. But as I was saying before, I got interrupted by like random whispers, like as the moonlight is shining through. Something I noticed in the previous session was that maybe the reason again I don't know the full story on why the guy like basically submerged me in like black goo and now I'm here like, but basically everyone he was talking about that like I was different than everyone because I wasn't like just focused on my work. Basically, because I lost all my memories, I wasn't brainwashed anymore to like follow the mother or whatever. So he thought that would like give me the ability to like see. Maybe I'm again theorizing that see things from different perspectives and achieve whatever he wanted me to, which does add up with everything we've been through. But yeah, that's just a theory I've been able to make from rewatching the first session. How about let's read about this. We have many codes. Let me remember. It looks like we have Ada Smith, Julia Smith, maybe a family or romantic partner if that's like something that's like happens in this world. So I mean it's not shocking why that would like make me shocked if that actually happens, but Stephen Fisher, Anja Muller, Wagner, Becker, Kohler. So the only thing of interest is mine, and I mean I hope I don't have to remember the name, but note agent, but note one agent on duty should remain on standby at all times. In the event of special circumstances, please report to the Thought Bureau via the pneumatic device or telescreen. Yep, we have a ashtray, so people still smoke. I mean, we saw that guy smoke, but I thought that in an oligarchy society like this, you'd expect that if they smoke, their lungs get like fucked up and they die earlier, so it's like less money for the company. It's like you get my point. But I guess it could be like a reward thing. Winston Research Institute uses the latest memory technology, latest memory extraction technology with a visual interface that can be inserted into brain machine interfaces and display screens. It allows for selecting the content of memories to be extracted. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Like extracting your memory in a tape and seeing it, like putting it and like seeing it with like. Is that the same machine that the guy, the old guy in the intro had? Like I don't see the headset that was like put on me, so I mean that is an accessory, I guess. So this research is jointly developed by Chief Scientist Fred and his team from the Biological Science Research Institute and Energy Science Research Institute. So they are still developing it and they succeeded sometime in the future. Is this the same thing? No, this is the different thing. Um, those look like hard drives, kind of. Like the design is a little different, but that's basically the concept of a hard drive. The Winston Research Institute utilizes the latest memory storage technology, increasing storage speed and capacity by 70% compared to the previous generation. Developed jointly by the its team's chief scientist Fred and biological, etc. etc. So basically, Fred is a pretty big name around the company. Or, well, I wonder how much land these like corporation owns and what's outside the like corporation area. Like, are there other corporations or like does the Leviathan Corporation own the entire world? Let's see this one. The hard drive and both the memory extraction machine. The Winston Research Institute utilizes the latest memory extraction technology, which allows for simultaneous jumping and reading of observed memory fragments. Jumping and reading. Interesting. It also offers visual selection for extracting specific memories, developed jointly by the Fred and biological, and even they like didn't want to like. That's kind of funny. Like even they like stopped writing institute after each of them. DS. Um, No, that's just water. I thought was were those like cockroaches? Like why were there so many? But that has to be radioactive, man. Come on. Green, are you kidding me? Can you like push this open? No. Have you read these? Treat dizziness and headache. Reduce sensitivity to light. Decrease sensitivity to environment and sound. Okay, this is so hard to read. Like if someone is dyslexic or something, they are gonna be so cooked trying to read this. Like there is literally no space between them. Like people who are like seeing this probably are gonna be shocked that I'm even able to read this, or unless this is a me issue and everyone can read it. But I feel like it's pretty impressive that I can read it. Um, I genuinely can't read this. Like I kind of read it. It like elevates stress and increases interest. Recommended Winston Research Institute, Science Research Technology Division. So it's basically drug. Got it. I mean, it sounds like it helps, but is sensitivity a issue? Like, I mean, that is a thing with like autism, right? Like environmental and sound issues and like sensitivity to light. I guess maybe this is a medicine that like helps with that. Well, also there are like other disorders that of course cause sensitivity problems with the environment and stuff, but that is the one that is typically, I guess, thought for like at a symptom of autism? Question mark. Um, but yeah, I like the detail here, like the rain falling on the window and making the noise. Uh, how about that's locked? What's the goal of that though? Yeah, I like to.
What was that?
Okay. Um, are we like schizophrenic or like what's going on? Like you don't just randomly see hallucination like that. Like are we like sleep deprived or something or like? And that doesn't disappear. That's a little bit concerning. So that's not a hallucination, but that was. It's just I was just too tempted to not, and it's locked. That's concerning. Like why is that locked? Like maybe it wasn't a hallucination. Maybe this world is supernatural. I mean, nothing can deny that, I guess, except common logic. But again, I guess it's gonna be part of science if this is like supernatural stuff. Maybe a completely different dimension. Okay, wait. Now, wait. I just realized something. Now that I think about it, that's like a glitch, like the intro scene, like when we looked out the hospital bed window, like hospital room window, like we saw all the glitchiness. It was kind of like that. So maybe the simulation is glitching? Question mark. But why will it glitch there? And it doesn't look like even our character knows. So that's not a common thing unless the tape is co-opted. But why does that tape called lamb even have our memories? Unless actually maybe I'm gonna make a random theory here, but maybe like for some reason like our memory was like manually removed by someone, like maybe the company, but that tape can unlock those memories. Maybe that's what lamb does, and we have to go through with it to like take it in, I suppose. And there are glitches to it. Maybe that entire intro scene was a that wouldn't make sense, would it? I mean, under certain circumstances it can make sense, but I don't want to make theories like that yet. The lighting is crazy. Like, that doesn't. Does that make sense? Like, I've never seen a phenomenon like this. Like, odd. We still can't see outside. I mean, we can see the light, but I don't know. They stopped. Okay, they didn't stop. It just looks like portable mental cultivation. Yep, we've read that.
The wall colors are inconsistent. Looks like a painting used to be hung here.
Bigger than the other ones. Password. Um, is there anybody that's supposed to be like here? Like, I thought I was the only one that was like investigating this late at night. But I mean, in that like thing we saw downstairs in that note, it did talk about like Julia. So maybe Julia is here. Again, I'm not sure what the date is, so it wants me to insert the no. We don't have it yet. Beckett's diary. I heard they are going to change all the paintings along the corridor. What a pain. Now I won't be able to remember my password by looking at the painting of the clock. So, nope, we can't really control that. Oh, I almost missed this. And it's locked. I increased the brightness a little bit because it is genuinely too dark to like, I need to like mess with the compression. So, restricted area staff only. Can I enter that? I mean, I'm the roamer. I can roam into anything, right? By according to your logic, at least. Okay. Thankfully, I have looked around a little bit because I also missed this somehow. But a box of sugar cubes, clearly a secret work time snack. Is that illegal or? But that's cool that people are still like not like completely following the order always. Like, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying as a sign of totally not like being completely lost. We have recently discovered that some employees are abusing their social level to enter certain areas and steal company property. Such behavior will not be tolerated. To prevent such incidents from occurring again, we have introduced area specific ID cards. Winston Research Institute. Very interesting. So there are two types of ID cards. Let me put that in there. Whoever they hired for like making sure, or whoever worked on like making like all the detail and stuff, like which most people will not notice, which most people will not notice, but someone like me can appreciate in terms of graphics and audio and etc and modeling, of course. um Thomas Becker, untidy uniform. Are you serious? Like, come on. Or what kind of like? That's not really a problem. Like, that's just more creating problems out of nothing. Okay, I was confused. Like, were they like doing experiments on creatures or like? But it's just a spider. It's fine. April 30th. They don't expect me to remember the dates, right? But like, I mean, I wish they have had given me a note because I don't have a note on me right now, IRL. So to this happened in the same time. Interesting. So maybe the power outage is related to the stealing. Thomas Becker, Carl Weber, Emily, bribery, unauthorized access to. Why do they all look like that? Like, I mean, I've kind of like ignored that they are like all TVs for a while, but that doesn't make any sense if you know what I mean. Like, but it looks like some of them were engaging in bribery and stuff. That's interesting, but I mean, we saw that guy's face in the stairs, so not everyone is you know, TV people, but that's the only one out of like everybody. Everyone else we've seen is like, let me level E ID card, so we can actually enter this, but I wanna look. Actually, how about we explore this before we go down there? And also that door is open pretty ominously, so we can uh there we go. This should work. And it
Looks like I
doesn't.
have to find the storage room manager's ID card to get in.
I guess we have no options anyway. Ventilation duct. Why do they specify that? Like, I can't interact with it. Oh, I see, I see. I was hovering over. See which first. Like, what's going on? What do you mean by that? Like, calm down.
Something's blocking the other side of the door. I need to find a way around it.
How about you just sprint into it? Okay, that's working a little bit. Come on.
Something's blocking the other side of the door.
That kind of worked.
I need to
Come
find a
on.
way around.
Come on, Daniel. Just learn how to sprint. Like, you have to do this at some point. Like, you can literally put your hand in there and like push that over. But am I like, I'm guessing this is supposed to be some sort of puzzle or something, like, because let me see what type of room is that. That is the clerical office. If we
Maybe I can
check
go through the ventilation ducts.
we needed to observe that. Come on, man. Oh, okay, that was supposed to be a hint because we were standing still, but actually, wait. Right, they wanted me to put the password in, right? Also, I didn't know we can even turn that on. That's nice. But what was that? What does that do for us, though? Like, I mean, I know that they talked about the password in like some sort of clock painting thing, but we haven't noticed that. Unless, actually, maybe let me check real quick. I don't see anything there. So we found the painting, but I don't seem to be able to see any code on it. I mean, the clock is at like 8 8 8:15 or something. So that's a hint, I guess. Well, around 8:15. It's a little bit lower than that, but what am I missing? What am I missing? Come on. Okay. There we go. Um okay, that's a 15. That's good to know. So 8:15 something. We can probably guess the last number. Um yeah, let's try this. We can probably, unless I'm supposed to do this in a different way, but let's see how long this site here takes. Are you kidding me? Is it really 8150? Okay, like, why could have they taken that painting though? I really am curious. We can actually sprint a little bit. Interesting. Well, it's not really sprinting, but it's faster than. Is the code just in? It said behind the painting. So was the code written in a wall or? Well, it doesn't seem like that. So the code was on like the back side of the painting. By the way, the camera isn't following us. It look. I don't know if all of them are static, but at least that one is. And I haven't noticed any other cameras that like follows us. So the one in the hospital might have been new technology or something. Yeah, I spent way too much time staring at this wall, but and then I saw nothing. So back to analyzing the pictures again, I suppose. Wait, how did they even take this picture from this angle? Is there a camera in front of me? I guess that scanner can take pictures because it had a picture directly from this position. Hmm. You know, I'm kind of stupid. Now that I read it, it wasn't specifically behind that. It wasn't specifically behind the painting. It was that you can figure out the password by looking at the paintings. So maybe I need to look at more of the. Why? Like, is this supposed to be this hard? Like, do people usually like have trouble solving this? Like, because I've been spending a lot of time trying to figure this out. Like, damn. We can 100% be sure that that is like 15, right? And that is clearly 8. So it has to be 815 something. Like, what else could it be? Like, I seriously don't see, unless I mistakenly like put the wrong code while typing it in. But I mean, we can see scratch marks on like 6 and 8. Those are like pretty unique, I guess. So maybe like if we think about it like clockwise, it's like the last two digits are 6 and 8 maybe. Yo, I seriously can't figure this out. Like, what are they trying to tell me to do? Like, unless it's like 0, 1, 8. Oh my gosh, I want to myself, but we got it at least. So, you guys, this is probably like 10 minutes in, but for me, this is an hour in the game. I spent way too much time in that puzzle. Like, how am I supposed to know you are supposed to put a 0 on that? Like, I mean, I guess the thing is a circle, like the clock is a circle, but like that doesn't even make any sense. Like, I mean, that's like in military time, it makes sense. Like, I actually no, not really, but like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it took. It just we got it. So let's just go in the storage room, see what we are gonna find in the storage room, and go up the vents and explore the other area. That seriously took me too long. Like,
Looks like I have to find the storage room manager's ID
right,
card to get in.
put the wrong one in. Come on, and open up. The shadows confused me a little bit. Like, but we are good. Is there anything of interest here? Um, you guys just decided to put this here without like. All right.
Those markings look deliberate.
What am I looking at though? Like, I guess that might be a pen drive. Oh, that's a lipstick. Never mind. I'm dumb. That's a little bit concerning that, the static, but also the amount of power that is being lost because this is on. Like, uh, that needs the key, which I'm guessing is the one we have, inventory. Like, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, let me try that. Okay, no. Okay, I was confused. Like, why would a lipstick be a key for a box? That like looked like a lipstick mark for a second, so that's why I thought it was the key. But that's just a red note, I think. Purchase order from Winston Research Institute. Daily supply station 3. Supply address is Leviathan testing area. Fuse 5, ballpoint, pen 20, notebook 10. So just some supplies for the people working here. It really doesn't make sense why it would be 0. Like, it's not because I'm bad at puzzles, to be honest. Like, it's just a game thing. Okay, we are just gonna stand up. That's a lot of body strength if I'm being honest. Like, usually people, and we locked ourselves in here. You know, I really hope there isn't any sort of things here that's gonna cause us cancer. Like, I mean, that looks like mostly dust, I guess. But, and I don't like the look of this. Hopefully, there are no spiders in here. Well, judging from the camera, there is gonna be spiders, but is this supposed to be dark because it looks exactly like the metal? Why is that wobbling like that? Probably the AR, I guess, which is accurate to physics. It looks like the other side of the vent. I mean, the noise is because we are moving around. Let's just be honest. There is no way something is in this vent with us, right? That has to be the most ominous looking thing I've seen in a while. Like, that looks like death. I guess there is some sort of red like in the clerical. Interesting. Why does that have a... Hey! I'm getting out of here. The other whispers getting more frequent. Well, that's one of the fuses. Let me pick that up. No. Wait. That's not a fuse. Okay. I was like, what was making that noise? But how about you try this? I mean, it's not gonna work, but you know, I thought I was supposed to be investigating this, but I mean, I guess we have to get out of here at some point. So I am really strong, huh? But like that. Okay, wait a minute. Like I just did that in like that easily. Like I don't think a normal person that can lift that entire thing. I guess I might be like going to the gym or something. So someone has been. The footsteps are concerning. Someone has been in this place and a lot of footsteps in a lot of direction, most of which we can't own. Someone came out of the elevator and someone, I guess, multiple people except like went out of this place in multiple way. I accidentally moved it, but I mean, it might just be people that like walk around here, but well, except why is there footprints coming out of the well? No, there is no footprints coming out of the vents. It's like all of them are like regular footprints. So, but there isn't anything coming through the door. So the door was locked, and I mean, I guess people work here and they were using this as a passageway. You know, it makes sense, I guess, because it's raining outside and their shoes were wet, and there wasn't the door wasn't unlocked, so anyone didn't come here to clean.
What on earth happened here?
Unusual event. Most of them is redacted. Away, this is from the Leviathan Corporation. That's what that said. How about Barbara Fisher? Am I tripping or like this place kind of looks familiar to the intro? Like, and I mean there is a box, but we are gonna interact with that in a little bit. I'm checking this place out. I don't want to like move on with the story yet. Mostly the same. Mostly the same. Those are the same. Those are the same. That was the same thing. I think one of them is different and maybe even a puzzle, but Monthly count cross. Total errors cross. Hmm. Does that mean? No, I mean there is a zero here, so I guess it's because he was fired or why is a sad face with that? That's a little bit weird. I don't see the name of that like that guy with that name with that starts with a S or neither Julia. That's interesting. Research institution notice clerical office. In such dire times, it is imperative that the Instant Research Institute focuses all of its efforts on advancing our research. As such, we will not tolerate any form of indolent or irresponsible behavior. A series of measures will be introduced to penalize employees who fail to fulfill their duties, including revocations of social levels and opportunities of promotion. We will not tolerate any errors or negligence, as these have disastrous consequences for the company. The company's strength is a strength. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, Wagner is getting. Oh my. Oh, what? Yo, Becker. What are you, Thomas Becker? What are you doing? Did this guy just stop coming to work? Like, I mean, he might have died or something. I don't know. I think he's getting the guillotine, but Sedge. Let's read Barbara's note first. We're gonna be reading multiple people's notes, charging from like different tables in this room, unless they don't keep it outside. We've had a lot of blown fuses lately. I keep having to get new fuses from Becker. He has the memory of a goldfish though, and always has to look for the key to the fuse storage box. Today I told him to keep me the key so that I can save myself the hassle and get the fuses from the storage room myself. But they didn't. The rumble was had good timing a little bit. Oh my gosh.
I should try to get the power back on.
Oh, why are you trying to do this to me? Like, I don't want to unlock that. Do I really need any other, maybe? Oh, something here makes a weird noise, but yeah, we already tried yellow in like the intro, so I don't know if that's why it's crossed out, and it wouldn't make sense why it would be crossed out for that reason, because we are actually in the past. But um well, we can't press any buttons, and it doesn't seem like we can click pick that up, please. Can I open that? Nope. Can't interact with that. Whose desk am I looking at? Doesn't tell me. It's empty. Locked. I've been bamboozled. Uh, that actually feels eligible, by the way. Like, usually the notes are not eligible, but unless that is like one of those interactable notes, then never mind. We have this meditation for, you know, people who face no interaction area. Uh, a lipsticks organism box. It seems the owner of the desk applies makeup and during working hours. Hmm. Emily Newman. I guess it says the in like the right sides of the computer or whatever device they were using. I mean, those ones didn't have computers, so I'm gonna remember the name of Becker. Maybe the reason he gets so many arrows is because he doesn't remember anything. Puzzle. Give me some time before we have to deal with that. No new information from the looks of it. Okay, there is an invisible barrier here for some reason. Like, Usually this game didn't have any invisible areas, but sad. But that's the end of it. We can interact with this to, I guess, figure out what happened in this place. But well, the anomalous incident, well, irregular incident, but 18,652 8. Uh, right. Is that a fuse room? No. Follow the footsteps. Like they just came here and went back. Odd. I am really confused on where the fuse box is. It wasn't back in the storage room at least. Yup, nope. The key for the fuse box. The key. Wait. 1 second. The key for the fuse storage box that is kept by Barbara. The key for the fuse storage box is kept in the storage room. You've gotta be kidding me. Did I misread that? Man, I'm blind. It said a box, not a room. That's why there wasn't anything in the map. And man. I feel stupid. It makes sense, like, that's why there was a box here. But again, I thought it was a room. That's why I didn't, like, connect the dot that it was a box. Well, now I learn, I guess. It was a fuse, so my theory that I saw this in, like, the floor, and yeah, I was correct that it was a fuse. I mean, we probably should take extra ones, I guess, but I guess we don't want to, like, that will be against company policies maybe, or like the authority I have over, like, as a roamer, like, why do I need an extra one unless my job doesn't require it? But can't I make a point that maybe in the future I needed it? But well, I mean, in these games like this, like, we're gonna get in another situation where all the lights are out and we need to, you know, this is gonna get really bright.
Nice.
Yep.
All I have to do now is find Sean Mendez's desk.
Finally, I can see properly. The lift is still down there. Hey! The music just started to go up for some reason. This feels so much better. I really should have just figured out the thing with the... I need to be more careful about, like, reading stuff with, like, items from now on, because they have the information and stuff. I get so focused on theories to crafting that I forget to be in the present sometimes. Are all of them on? That's too unintelligible. We have the passport. We have a password, correspondence code, but let's interact with this first, then we can deal with the password stuff later. Given that we even need that, maybe we don't need to do all that. Maybe it's just, you know, we just lift ourselves 6 feet in the air to look at this. Doing makeup during working hour, so again they look like TV. Is that because we can't remember their faces? Like, that's a theory. Prolonged absence from work area, 2 people. This is what a place looked beforehand, huh? But now it's all. The music kicked in. A different music kicked in. Is there any item that might be of assistance? Also, I didn't notice the leg before. It's a robotic leg. Wait. The pattern, huh? Okay, this is the puzzle, I guess. Let me try to remember that. Sean, the cripple who sits in the corner, has been acting suspiciously ever since he came to the clerical office 6 months ago. He's always lurking around As clerks, each of us has our own password secured cabinet, but nobody actually puts anything important in them. Shane is the only one who changes his password fasting every morning. This is the guy that stole stuff. I caused a glimpse of him changing the password to today's date when I presented to Passby this morning. But like, what is today? Was that like, well, I guess no, we don't have any information of the current date, so the current date will be like the last thing that happened here, right? Like that right around the incident. So abnormal power outage, April 30th. I guess it is April 30th. Um, do you have to remember a year, or how does that work? Like, how does that code work? Like, what do you mean he changes to today's date? Just double check in, but nothing out of ordinary. Uh, this is the corner here. He is pretty secretive. He doesn't put anything in here. I wonder what his purpose is. Did he steal it just for money, or so? 4. It makes sense. I have to put a 0, right? Um, there we go. 0, 4, 30, and it works. What am I looking at? I mean, that's not a black hole, I suppose. I mean, no, that's not what black holes. Why did I even say that? Forget that. Um, our character is like, what am I looking at?
Well done, Rome Agent. Please turn in all evidence through the pneumatic tube. You will then proceed to interrogate the criminal who betrayed the company.
How do you know that?
Remember, if I serve,
I will echo.
How? I'm. That's a leg, huh? I guess. Well, I guess doesn't. I guess he doesn't have legs. Interesting. But like, um, how did you figure out that I was done with my job? Like, I didn't say anything like odd. Like, I mean, there is a camera there. Like, I guess the goal was trying to figure out what's in here, and they couldn't. And interesting, I guess. Something is in this room with me. Something is in this room with me.